Just to go back to your points about... Oh, sorry. My name is Simon Rockneen. I file for the Irrawaddy and a couple of others. To go back to your point about job creation and similar needs, what legislation is being planned and is being debated in Parliament these days with that regard? I know there's a minimum wage law. Is there anything else? And what's the timeline for those?
Of course, it was the FDI. And we do expect foreign investment to create jobs. And they are now working on a law to promote the interests of farmers and peasants. And this is to create a rural work. And I suppose you do know already about the minimum wage law. We are trying to investigate the possibilities of what we can do as a legislature. But it's not just about laws. It's also about making sure that these laws are observed and implemented, which goes back to rule of law. And what I personally want to do in the legislature is to make sure that the judiciary becomes independent and clean.
Thomas. Thank you, Andy. I'm from Skynet. Andy, please, right. That's me. You're right. Oh, right corner, right. Okay. Yes, thank you. We all know that you are very emphasizing you also the poverty reduction. And the question is we would like to know your ideas of the poverty reduction of Myanmar. Thank you.
Reducing poverty in Myanmar means reducing the poverty of the people in our rural areas. Because as I think, I'm sure the statistic has been drummed into your head every half an hour since yesterday, nearly 70% of our population live in the rural area. So Burma is basically an agriculture country. And because of that, if we want to reduce poverty, we have to look to our rural population. So it's our agricultural policy. And that starts with land. I think you must have heard about the issue of landlessness in this country and the problem of illegal transfers of land. So this is a legal issue, and there's a committee in the legislature which is looking into the problem of the illegal transfer of land and what we can do to have it transferred back to the rightful owners. This is a very, very complicated business because keeping official papers is also not part of our tradition. So it is very difficult sometimes to establish ownership, apart from the fact that we have to sort out how the land was illegally transferred and what it can be done to transfer it back to the original owners. Quite often we have a problem identifying who the original owners are. So I think we have to start with things like land laws, but not, again, it's not just the laws, it's the implementation of the laws that we have to be concerned about. And if we cannot bring our agriculture population out of poverty, we're going to remain a poor country because it means that 70% of our people will remain poor.
Go to Thomas and then we go to Bilda.
Hi, Dasu. Thomas Fuller from the New York Times. You've said many times that you do not want to take sides in the Rakhine conflict. But the ledger of casualties and deaths has been overwhelmingly on the Muslim side. It's a one-sided ledger, really. I don't say this critically. I'm hoping to get an insight into your political calculation, your political situation now. Do you feel like you're in a straitjacket politically? I mean, you're someone who's always spoken out for the downtrodden, for the victims. And here we've seen you be reserved. Do you feel like you're a hostage to the political circumstance of the day?
No, I don't feel a hostage to the political circumstances of the day. What I am afraid of is aggravating the situation. I do not want to aggravate the situation by saying that one community is wrong or the other community is wrong. And what it does is to aggravate the more extremist elements in these communities. If they feel that they have been targeted, if they feel that they do not enjoy the sympathy of politicians or influential groups, then it makes them more extremist. That is what I'm afraid of, that